at the very end of the story. Mary would have been a good Jewish mother. A good Jewish mother back then is not too much, is not much different from mothers today. Mama number one was responsible for the youngins, the males and the females, the sons and the daughters. The good Jewish mother would have been responsible for the education of the very elementary ideas of morals and ethics, and the beginnings of religious education within the Jewish faith. Mary would have had her son Jesus for most of his life, up to almost the time he was bar mitzvah. It was she that would care for him. And then when he got to around the age of 13, then Joseph had the responsibility to make sure that he was trained in ethics, in morals, in religious obligations, and also to teach Jesus a trade, which we know that in old traditions, what was the trade of Joseph? He was a carpenter, which may mean he was also a stonemason. A carpenter in Greek has a much wider understanding than just somebody that worked with wood back then. He would have taught Jesus the trade. But today's not Father's Day. Let's just thank the mothers for today. Mary was responsible for the education of her youngins. And we think about our own mothers. Some were good, some were not so good. But think of the things that they have done for us. You know, I think about Mama. Mama would make sure I would do my homework most of the time. I was pretty much on my own, but you know, when the report card came in, you know what was going to happen. It might not be pretty. But I think about my own mother in particular. I would think about she tried to help me to be organized. I knew I was going to be in trouble for that one. But she would have this little thing. She was a clerk of court, and she ran the house kind of like a business sometimes. And so we would have all of our chores. I was supposed to wash the dishes, make sure the house was vacuumed, polish the furniture and all those kinds of things, make the bed and all that stuff. And every day, that's how you got your allowance. You had to check off whether or not you did those kinds of things. It did rub off on me sometimes in some big ways. But I appreciate that about the mom. I appreciate the fact that she helped me sometimes in making some moral decisions and in making very strong her understandings of right and wrong. And it would have been Mary's responsibility with her own son to help him understand right from wrong.